Chris, what is our first main topic today?
Our first one is coming from Johnny Shalev. Hey, John and crew. Hope you had a great weekend. Well, it seems like Morbius is bringing big surprises.
Big surprise.
I haven't seen it yet, and I know what you guys and gals and other critics think about it. But with a near 40 million opening weekend box office and almost 70% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, do you think there is hope for this movie and franchise? Thanks, and bring on the filthy.
All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, John. And listen, yeah, look, I went to go see Morbius, and you guys know I was super excited for Morbius. I've been excited for Morbius for years. I kept the faith.
You did.
I believed it was going to be awesome. The trailers looked great. I thought the clips they put out were great. I love the cast. Super excited about it. Went to go see it. Not so good. I didn't think terrible. But I also didn't think really all that good. So I was disappointed by it, to be honest. And they made some very, very, very bad decisions in the movie. Now, you guys can go and watch our review of it that we've got up on the channels to see our full thoughts on that. But needless to say, wasn't a big fan of the movie, a little bit let down. And I was curious going into it about how would the box office do? Are the audience going to get out to go see it? With the combination of the bad things we heard coming out weeks in advance, some whispers and rumors, and then the critic scores came out and they weren't so good and all that kind of stuff. Are people going to be enticed to come out and go see that movie? Is there a hunger to still see it? Because I'm not going to lie to you. I would not have been surprised if they had said this thing opened to $20 million or less. I wasn't predicting that. I'm just saying I wouldn't have been surprised. Well, despite everything that happened, Morbius met its box office expectations as it came in with almost $40 million
Wow.
Yeah.
in its opening weekend. And as the person who wrote in said, close to 70% audience rating. Now, the numbers are the numbers, but they don't always tell the full story. I've been talking to a lot of people like my wife, Anne, who, if you had asked her, did you like it or not like it? She would have said she liked it. She wouldn't have said she loved it, but she would have said she liked it. And I think for a lot of people, they're kind of skewing that way a little bit. It's like, yeah, you know what? At the end of the day, we liked it. And hey, that's all that you can ask for going into a movie. So this makes it a little bit interesting because Morbius has now made $84 million worldwide in its first weekend. Now, clearly not Batman numbers.
No.
Clearly not Spider-Man numbers. But there was nobody on the face of the planet that was expecting Batman or Spider-Man numbers from Morbius. This is done all right. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Morbius only cost $75 million to make. They made this at a very, very, very low budget. And they only spent, the number I heard was $26 million in marketing, which gives it a grand total cost of $101 million. That means after you take away 1/3 for movie theaters keep, this movie really only needs to make $150 million to break even. And coming out of the gate with $84 million, I feel pretty comfortable saying Morbius is actually going to make money.
Good for you.
Good for you,
Morbius.
Morbius.
Yeah, I actually still want to see it.
I love that for you. It's
I'll
so
go
cute.
see it with you. I'll go watch it.
I mean,
again.
like-
You let me know when you want to go. I'll go see it with you.
The audience score is what's pushing me to see it, and half of people saying they like it, and half people saying that like I got to see it myself. I mean, I now I'm curious, but I think some of the box office numbers comes from riding that high off of No Way Home,
No doubt.
right? So
No doubt.
So like there's some people who probably feel they got duped after watching it, and other people who said, "Oh, it's all right," but I'm gonna have to find out myself.
Yeah, it's
I
like
haven't
with,
decided.
again, we're not going to go into details for spoilers, but the end credits happen like, that's not how that happens. That's not how that works. But I mean, whatever. So I mean, here we are.
I was gonna ask, is it really that bad? The connection there?
It's
was
pretty
it
bad.
reaching?
Oh,
It's
yes.
pretty
Oh,
bad.
wow.
Remember how they spent a movie painstakingly explaining something to you? Throw that out the window.
Completely thrown
Get
out
it
the
out
window.
of here.
But I mean,
Sounds like my movie. I love those movies, baby.
That's true.
by the way, I got to throw this out there. Saturday Night Live sketch this weekend. They did a music video called Short Ass Movie. I had a bunch of people email me to tell me, I'd say, the writers of Saturday Night Live watch the John Campea Show. Did you watch?
Yeah, I thought it was actually a pretty good song, to be honest.
They did a video called, basically it's all about how they want their movies short, hour 25, hour 35.
Yeah.
There's this whole rap song about it. And like they totally watched the John Campea Show and totally are fans of Ray Ora, and they made that video just for him. Now that being said, and it's a Ray Ora kind of movie because it's a short film. It's short, so it's right up Ray's alley too. But I would not have expected, being completely honest, I would personally not have expected that at the end of the day, after I saw it, that this movie was going to break even. But it clearly is at this point. It's going to, unless the wheels completely fall off. Like this thing now only needs to make about another $70 million, roughly, give or take, to cross that threshold and be a moneymaker. So now the question they ask in the email that they sent in was, does this bode well for the future of the franchise? Does this mean that we could see a Morbius 2? To which I believe the answer to that is no. Like, I think if this thing does end up making money, which is still hard to believe, but hey, look what can happen when you keep your budgets reasonable. You don't have to be a global blockbuster to make money. But anyway, while they are probably going to end up making a little bit of money on this, I think they're just going to have to go, phew, and say, thank goodness, and just move on. Make Craven better. Although it's not the same filmmakers making Craven. It's a different set of filmmakers, but still, make sure that Craven is better than this. Take the win, and move on. So I am going to say right now, my prediction, although I have no insider information, is that no. This Morbius, this thing makes $220 million worldwide. They ain't making a sequel to this. They're going to take their money, have a big party, be happy, and that's it. Chris, you're seeing the box office results coming in.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit, granted, pleasantly surprised. I like seeing movies succeed, but still a little bit surprised with this. Are you surprised? And what do you think this means, if anything, for the future of Morbius?
I am surprised, obviously, because
Yeah, obviously.
I've talked mad shit about this movie, and good for you if you enjoyed it. Al Johnson, hey, you liked this movie. That's awesome. I'm glad you did. For me, it met all my expectations. I didn't think it was great. And I do think what's surprising about these numbers is it goes to show that all press is good press to me. All those things about how this is the worst post-credit scene of all time. This is such a bad movie. This is such a low score. People who were waiting in line with Logan and I were talking about, yeah, critics have been just really dogging on this, so I had to just come see it for myself. And it was part of kind of the appeal of going to see it was, can it be that bad? Is it that bad? Our theater, we had a collective of people who left pretty upset.
Oh, dear.
Because we had a lot of hopefuls like you who were, no, I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be really great. And then they'd meet up with us afterwards and be like, y'all, this sucked. That movie sucked. I was like, I'm sorry, man. Hey, I don't think this means we're getting another Morbius. However, and this might surprise some of you, however, I do think that we've got a few bare bones that we can use to continue to utilize this Morbius character and continue it with Jared Leto. Y'all know he is not one of my favorite actors. I do not share the belief that he is that great. He's just not one of my guys. And he does a good job in this with what he's given. He gives a very grounded performance.
I agree. I actually thought his performance in it was one of the stronger parts of the movie.
Of all the wacky characters Jared Leto has played, Michael Morbius, the living vampire, is the most grounded and realistic character he's played.
I got a question for both of you guys.
Yes.
Which movie do you like more? Uncharted or Morbius?
Uncharted.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
So
See, because
I had fun.
for me, I put them both kind of in the same category of, I didn't think either were bad.
Okay.
But I didn't think either were particularly good. If I had to go, go ahead.
You're going on an airplane ride.
All
You
right.
can only choose one movie. The ride is 2 hours long. Which one do you pick to watch?
Uncharted.
Probably Uncharted.
Okay.
Because at least Tom Holland is having a nice time.
Yeah, it looks like he's
Doing
having
his
fun.
best.
I would it would be close, but I would probably go Uncharted. Let's put it this way: if I was on that airplane and it was 2 hours long, and I found out the only movie they had was Morbius, I wouldn't be so upset about that.
I'd take a nap.
Let's put it this way: I don't think the movie's particularly good, but and yet I would watch it again. I think I would watch, and I that's a little bit of a change of pace for me because I didn't say that after I first watched it. Like, I think I pretty much said coming out, well, I don't need to watch that again. But the more I think about it, I'm like, I haven't changed my opinion on the movie, but I think I would watch it again.
I'd play a drinking game to it. I'd do a nice little
It's
like
hour 45.
finish your drink when they explain echolocation.
It's like, oh God. Anyway, guys, question is for you. It looks like Morbius is, actually making a little bit of money by the end of the day when this thing's done. What do you think about that? Are you surprised by the box office results? What are your thoughts right now? Whatever you guys are thinking, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. We want to take a moment and thank the sponsor of this video, Coinbase. Have you found yourself curious about getting involved in cryptocurrency, but if you're like a couple of friends of mine who have been really interested in it, they felt kind of overwhelmed by it, like not even knowing how to get started? Well, that's where Coinbase comes in because they make learning to buy and sell crypto simple. Coinbase offers a trusted and easy-to-use platform to buy, sell, and spend cryptocurrency. They support the most popular digital currencies on the market and make them accessible to everyone. They offer portfolio management and protection, learning resources, and a mobile app so you can trade securely and monitor your crypto all in one place. And that's why millions of people all over the world in 100 different countries trust Coinbase with their digital assets. So whether you're looking to diversify, just getting started, or searching for a better way to access crypto markets, start today with Coinbase. And for a limited time, new users can get $10 in free Bitcoin when you sign up today at coinbase.com/Campea. Sign up at coinbase.com/Campea for $10 in free Bitcoin. This offer is for a limited time only, so be sure to sign up today. That's coinbase.com/Campea.